If you've ever looked at an ad that's been running forever and thought, how the hell is it still scaling? Then this video is for you. The reality is that 8-figure brands do not get just lucky overnight with their ads. They follow a curated system. They have a blueprint that the little guys don't know about. And that system has rules. You're going to walk away with laws that explain why some ads scale and others do not last more than 2 days in your account. Hello, if we haven't met, I am Mercedes. I'm a former CMO, growth marketer, and currently direct response copywriter with 10 years of experience in copywriting and 5 years experience in creative strategy. I've worked with DTC and e-commerce brands from launch to scale, from new products and new ventures, new companies, to scaling them. And my specialty is really building ads that don't look good and just don't stop the scroll, but also that move metrics. It's not just about having those vanity metrics that we all want. It is also about, is this thing actually working for my client? So if you want to learn about that, then you definitely want to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to leave me a comment and all that. That really, really helps. But now let's move on to this law number 2, copy first. Look, I am not biased. When people say king, content is king, blah, 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 what they really mean is copy is king, right? Words should always come first. Words first, than style. Words first, than just creative ideas. Words first, than visual concepts. And why is that? Because the message is what matters the most, because the thing that sells is the message. And yes, the message can also be a visual, a very, very visual message, but still needs to be a message. And look, sorry, but people hate this one because it forces you to think. But the brands that are actually printing money right now, they do understand that copy is the strategy. Visuals are the amplifier, especially right now after the Andromeda update, where creative strategists have become more important than ever. And it's way more important than targeting and segmenting and things like that that are dead from media buying. At this time, the best team is one that you have a very, very talented media buyer who's also a creative strategist and a creative strategist with roots in direct response copywriting. That is where you create magic. When those two powers align, combine, they have meetings, they talk to each other. That is when you find how to scale your own winning ads, the ones that are getting spent, what to kill, what to iterate. That is where the magic really happens. But very few brands are actually doing that right now. And I understand if you have a very small business, it's going to be hard because you're not going to have the money to pay 2 strategists. But this is what you need to know, what is the most important, so you can bring all of that into your company. So coming back to the principle, copy is the strategy, visuals are the amplifier. So before you film, before you go and do your content, your ads and everything, you must pick the promise, the mechanism, aka how it works, the messaging, the proof, the objection handling, and a CTA. You need all of that in one ad. And a very talented creative strategist will know how to do that in very few words, because the more you say, the worse sometimes it is. And then also how to say it in a way that you make people think that they just made the decision to buy and they were not just convinced by your ad. That's where copywriting comes in handy. But it's not just copywriting, it's also understanding visual cues, nonverbal language, and other things as well, like the way that your ads layout is, the colors. All of those things require a lot of understanding in human psychology, especially when it comes to consumer psychology and consumer behavior. Those are my 8 laws behind every ad that scales to 8 figures that I've observed myself with my 8 and 9-figure brands that I've worked with, the clients that I've worked with. And this is just my list of ideas, what I've seen worked over and over and over again, and what are they doing right now, what they're also paying thousands and thousands of dollars to marketing experts to spill the tea here in this channel. That's why you want to subscribe, is because I'm gonna spill all the tea. So subscribe to my channel, ask me any questions if you have that, and if not, then tell me, have you tried any of these? How did that that really help you with your business? Did you see any changes? And finally, if you want more videos like this, then subscribe, because I share weekly creative strategy videos so you can make the most out of it. And I'm not just giving you wishy-washy, blah, 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 motivational bullshit. I'm giving you actionable steps that actually work for my clients. So keep an eye out and let me know if this helped you. And don't forget to subscribe. See you later. Bye. Oh, and by the way, remember what I told you about having the copywriter and all that? If you do want to book a consult, I am now officially opening my consult page. So if you want to go grab it, then you can click below and you can have me join your team for a while and then give you some advice on what I would do if I were your creative strategist. Or you can talk to me if you want to work with me one-on-one. Okay, see you later. Bye.